Danielle, good to see you. Let's talk about what is happening in Mariupol, the latest on Ukraine's denial of a surrender there.
Well, you mentioned this deadline that was given to Ukrainian forces inside that steel plant that is about 11 square kilometers. It is vast, and it has an underground system of passageways. 2,500 Ukrainian fighters are believed to be there. That's according to the Russians. And they say, as you mentioned, that they've learned from intercepted communication that they were told by officials not to surrender. In response to that, the Russians have said any more resistance and we will destroy you. That is the message from Moscow. Among those fighters, the Russians say that there are about 400 foreign fighters, many of them Europeans, and they specifically named Canadian fighters among them. What's going to happen now? Well, the window has now closed. There is no sign of compliance. But keep in mind, if you take a step back here, they're just coming off a complete and utter failure in the north of Kyiv. They've been dealt a humiliating blow with the sinking of their flagship. They need a victory. They need a win to present to the Russian people, and they need to free up Russian forces so they can then reposition for the second phase of this war in the east.
Yeah, indeed, and it certainly gives them a very critical corridor that the Russians are looking for in all of this, not, of course, what the Ukrainians are going to want. Talk to us also, Danielle, about a strike on a city close to where you are.
Very close, in fact. So we've heard thuds overnight, quite a few. There were sirens, but in the morning there was news that in the city of Brovary, which is about 100,000 people, not far from here at all, there was a strike on the infrastructure of that city, and we went there. We drove around. It indeed was, even though the Russians say that it was a military plant. We saw it with our own eyes. It was indeed a power outage, and as a result, a lot of people had no water waking up this morning. So we saw them pumping water into bottles of water. And we asked them what they thought about this whole thing. And the answer is, as long as their guys are safe, this is just a minor disruption. Others said that as long as the skies are open, this is going to keep happening. But the message from Moscow really is, even if it's clear that they're reshifting and refocusing on the east, nowhere is safe. And they said that they would continue targeting areas on the outskirts of Kyiv and Kyiv itself. And even the mayor here has told people, do not come back and be wary of further strikes on the capital.
Certainly keeping everybody, as you say there, on edge with, whatever their next strategy is going to be. A very difficult and volatile situation indeed. CTV's Danielle Hamamjian for us in Kyiv. Stay safe, Danielle. You and the team out there, again, always appreciate the coverage you've been providing us. Thank you for this.